28 weeks later. Uh, I'm gonna be hated on, but I think the 28 series is overrated, okay? Now, I know there's a lot of fans to it, and I'm not hating it just because it's mainstream. I'm trying to be different, okay? And it's not like that. I don't like the concept of the 28 series. I can't call it 28 days series or 28 week series because the main the main part of the title that's kept in like there is 28 and later. So should I call it 28 ellipses later or whatever? Okay. I don't like the idea of the 28 series. Like, I don't like the fact that I don't really consider these zombies. Like, I know a lot of people consider them zombies, okay, but I don't consider them zombies. They're not dead. They're just people infected with like the rage virus. Like, I'd rather call them ragies or rage infected people, or rage virus infected people. Like, to call them zombies, that's like something different, okay? Like, you can try to like convince me otherwise. I'll try to listen, but I don't consider them zombies. I'm sorry. Okay. What else? I don't really like the concept of like how the first movie ended. Like, I didn't watch the first movie, but my friend spoiled it for me. They said that they died because of hunger or fatigue or something, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, like, humans can only last without water for 3 days, so wouldn't they be dead by 3 days? Or how does another rage infected person distinguish another rage infected person? I mean, they're all alive. Yeah, this is why I have a problem with the 28 series. Like, I can't really I can't really, like, when I think about the concept, it doesn't really make sense to me. So, for this movie, 28 weeks later, I was really hoping this would convert me into like a 28 fan, but this actually made me dislike the series even more. And I know the this is the outside opinion, but I think 28 Weeks Later is possibly one of the most overrated movies, horror movies at least, ever. I know I'm gonna get hated on it. Go ahead, comment, tell me an asshole. But this is my main problem about 28 Weeks Later. It's not really a zombie movie, and it's not really about the rage infected people. It's about the main villain is actually the quarantine, the CDC, or the US Army, or whatever. They pose more of a problem than the rage virus people, and that's what pissed me off a little bit because, like, if you're making a movie about people who are trying to escape the rage virus or people infected by the rage virus, at least make the rage virus people the main villain. Except the main villain are the people who are trying to contain the situation. And that also doesn't make sense to me either because, you know what, you can call them evil for asking them to shoot indiscriminately. You can call that evil, you can call firebombing civilians evil, but you know what, that was the sensible order. They were trying to quarantine the situation. I mean, what's worse? What's worse, shooting the civilians here or allowing them to like quarantine, or not quarantine, to spread the outbreak everywhere else in the world? I mean, that's a worse situation. You can't really call the CDC evil for doing that. Um, what's actually kind of evil was actually the main cast. I mean, they were trying to escape the situation, but they were doing it in a way that was like under the nose of the U.S. Army. I mean, like, they would probably shoot them, but like if they were worried about the if Jeremy Renner's character was actually doing his job, he wouldn't have done his role in the movie. He would have just been stayed a sniper, but instead he went rogue uh and he would have like helped spread the virus. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for me to support the people who may unintentionally spread the virus. I mean, like, I can't hate the military. They're doing their job. That's the sensible thing to do. And actually, when I think about it, the military is really incompetent in this movie. I mean, the most like unbelievable thing I actually saw in this movie was how the outbreak started. Okay, because like this happened after 28 days later, and the virus is gone from Britain. So they find this mom character, okay, and she's like a carrier. Like she has the virus, but she's not rage infected. So she's in this quarantine room, and the husband character walks in, and there's no guards, okay? She's just left there unguarded. Yes, a person who could potentially spread the outbreak is unguarded. Um, so the husband character walks in. He says he's sorry for leaving her behind. And by the way, I actually hate the fact that you know what, you can call the husband character evil for leaving the wife behind, but like you can't really hate him for that. I mean, like anyone would have done the same thing. I mean, like there's like rage infected people in the building. They're gonna kill you. You had to think fast, and like more likely like some people would have stayed behind, would have rescued the wife. A lot of other people would have run. You know, that it's sensible. I mean, it's kind of bad, but you know, you can't really blame him for running away. We would You would have run away if you saw that. It, I just I just can't really bring myself to hate this character. In this movie, it really wants to make this guy look like he's a bad guy. You know, that's another reason why I hated this movie. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. The husband character, he kisses the wife, becomes a rage infected person, then goes around spreading the virus. Now, the military has like a series of levels in order to contain the situation, and they all totally fail. Like the virus spreads, and the military is incompetent to stop the spreading. Like they even firebomb the whole area, and they missed like the whole crowd. Like, how does that happen? Like, how does that happen? Like, sorry, never mind. So yeah, I mean that's a few of the problems I had. There's other problems I had. Like there was this one scene where this helicopter pilot, he he had this like one gory scene where he like cut up like whole crowds of zombies with his helicopter, and that was like unnecessary. And he I hate this pilot character because like he he could have like saved all the characters there, and actually he couldn't have if he wanted to anyways, because it didn't look like there was room on the plane helicopter. And this guy, he just says, I'm only taking you, Jeremy Renner, and I can't take these other people. And yet in the end he takes the little kids anyways. Uh yeah, I know I sound mad. I'm not really mad at the movie. There are some good parts about this movie. Uh, Action is good, I guess. It's a little too shaky at times, but you know it's kind of entertaining. And acting's cool. Jeremy Renner was cool. Rose was it Rose Byrne? Yeah, Rose Byrne was cool. The opening scene was actually really good. I actually really liked the opening scene. And the ending scene, it opened up for I guess 28 months later. And you know how the zombies are like running through the streets of France. I mean it was cool, you know. And the soundtrack, even though the soundtrack for me, it took me out of the movie because instead of making it more suspenseful, it kind of killed it. But the soundtrack, like as a standalone, it sounded like something that I would listen to. And actually, yeah, that's all the positive points about this movie I can talk about, because that's about it. Okay, so would I watch this movie if I wouldn't recommend this movie if you don't like horror movies, and I wouldn't recommend this movie. Uh, Personal opinion, I wouldn't recommend this movie at all because I didn't like it. But if you like, if you like zombie movies, I guess, or you like quarantine movies, you like this, I guess. You know what? Just watch the movie. My opinion, I don't like it, but uh, at least give it a shot. I gave it a shot. you know, that's about it.